おはようございます。Morning. All right. Let's get started. So, thanks for joining my session. I hope everyone had a great day one yesterday, and also the official party. For me, it's first time to attend RubyKaigi after 6 years, so I'm so excited for being here. Thanks for having me, RubyKaigi. But last night, I enjoyed too. So this picture was taken at about 3 o'clock, actually today. Fortunately, I'm not so hungover thanks to my nervousness now. This is so funny. So now I'm gonna talk about the running JavaScript within Ruby, which is implemented by C-Rank in Pro Room. So for my favorite languages are gathered in the same place. So hi again, I'm Kengo, or at HMSK. I'm working as a product engineer for Persona, which is an identity verification startup. So I used to be in RubyKaigi organizers for about 10 years, but this is my first time to attend RubyKaigi as a speaker. And I'm a home brewer, so but not about the package manager. So this is real brewing. So these years I brewed over 100 gallons, so about 380 liters. So I guess I'm kind of be a noob. And please give me recommendations for breweries around Matsuyama. I hope I can visit there to celebrate with nice beer if this presentation goes well. Although my hometown is actually Fukuoka, but my dad came from Ehime Prefecture, where Matsuyama is. So I'm feeling something special for this year's RubyKaigi. That is one of my, some reasons I submitted my proposal for this Kaigi. But my dad's hometown is Komobuchi, where it's a bit far away, even from Matsuyama. It takes 10 hours from Tokyo. So that is longer than my flight for San Francisco, where I live in now. So I never had a chance to visit, over 10 years. So thanks to RubyKaigi, I'm gonna visit, this weekend. Anyways, so let's talk about technical stuff. So this session is just about my project, QuickJS RB. So it's published as a Ruby gem already, and the source code is on GitHub. So let me show a quick demo about this gem at first. So you can require this gem, and you can have the QuickJS class.めっちゃタイピングしてた。ありがとうございます。So, I just require for the first. And this method can evaluate the JS code. But it looks like not JS actually. So let's try some JS-ish code. So you can define the const A, and if you evaluate A, you can get 1. Or let's see some other JavaScript specific. For example, mass prototype, maybe PAL 2. This should be 256 maybe. Yes, it's running. And also the QuickJS is having the VM class, which is kind of the runtime instance. So you can instantiate it. And this keeps maintains the consistent runtime. So if you do eval code, for example, so let's define some function. A plus V, and if you do run another code, So let's call func 1 and 2. Oh. So yeah, it's returning 3, such like this. And so this gem could run JavaScript code on Ruby. But yeah, this is just wrapping an existing open source project, which is named QuickJS. That is made by a legendary programmer, Fabrice Berard, who made very famous projects like FFmpeg or QEMU. Yeah, there are some more. And QuickJS supports the modern JavaScript specification, ECMA script 2023 mostly. And it's written by C-Lang and works standalone, and the binary size is relatively very small. So what I made actually, you may think that I just wrapped such a great project. So yeah, that's totally right. So my focus were mostly about productizing and interfacing by binding a Ruby, building a Ruby binding of QuickJS. So this session is more about my practice, like why and how I built it for the real world use case. My presentation may be bored for some people who are familiar with Ruby's native extension. So I just recommend them leaving for other sessions. And my personal recommendation is Oshoyu-san's session about performance as sub-whole. And yeah, honestly, I want to watch that instead of presenting here right now. All right, then yeah, let me dump why I built QuickJS RV. So my employer, Persona, is running a SaaS platform for identity verification. If I explain our business, I usually say the stripe.com for identity. It's running by a monolithic Rails project. And also, yeah, we are hiring nice Rubies like people in RubyKaigi. So talk to me if you're interested in. And Persona is running multiple products within a single platform. For example, the inquiry product is to build a customer's journey to get verified. And the verification product is for checking specific documentation or biometrics like driving license or social security number or my number for Japan, and selfie or yeah, whatever. And case product is for manual check, yeah, providing a way to correct and summarize for making a decision about an identity. And the graph product is to build and visualize networks of the end users to find the fraudsters or scams or something undiscovered. And my team's primary product is Workflows, which is a no-code tool to automate all operations of platform internally and externally. And this is a sample of Workflows configuration. So this workflow is listening to the event that inquiry is created, then making a decision per end user's input on the conditional step, and running additional process per that decision. Among these steps, we are providing an interesting feature, which is called custom code. So custom code is the tool to run JavaScript code on no-code tool. So yes code, maybe? And this feature generates much revenue since it fills the gaps which we or our competitors can't cover customers' needs by native product natively. So customers can write code to make something happen within Persona's platform. So arbitrary JavaScript code is executed. And for security purposes, we needed to care about sandboxing it. And typical implementation of the product, like custom code for companies who don't use JavaScript in backend servers, like we are using Rails, and should be using the function as a service usually. So like Amazon Lambda or Google Cloud Functions. As a natural choice, that we also adopted function as a service as well. But then we continuously annoyed by some issues with using function as a service over 3 years. in general, this adds another points of failure and need to manage environment of function as a service and adds network latency and requires some additional maintenance cost for the keeping infrastructure. So while maintaining this system for about 3 years, I was wondering if we could run JavaScript within Rails servers itself. So there are some prior arts like the mini racer, which calls which runs V8, and Node.js, which is also running by V8, and the duct tape is kind of the similar product as QuickJS, but not supporting the modern JS. So actually, I ended up with using QuickJS since it seems to fit to our use cases. But I couldn't find a binding of the QuickJS for Ruby in public, so I thought I should build by myself. It would be writing CLang to handle QuickJS. Most of coworkers didn't get this idea because of CLang. However, I knew building native extension is not so exceptional choice thanks to RubyKaigi. And and also I had a somewhat experience in CLang when I was in tech college, Kosen. And also in my new grad job, I had published a simple native binding of a compression library, which is called LZFX. So yeah, I published it as a result of a team's workshop in Cookpad. So I experimentally started to build QuickJS binding as a personal project. So how could I build QuickJS RV? I'd like to say that building a new native function, even for now, is very fun. So this is a quick summary from my journey. So there are the great modern resources, and C Ruby is so powerful to use Ruby in C, but because of C Ruby. So I could build C parts incrementally and starting from writing just Ruby. Through the implementation, I found so much efforts by C Ruby authors for interfacing to handle Ruby by C. Also, sometimes the AIs like ChatGPT helped. Specifically about the resources, so this one, the Rubyist Walk Along the Seaside is an amazing series of articles about using Ruby in C. I'd like to shout out here to the author, Peter Joe, who is a Ruby committer and a speaker at Day 3 tomorrow. And I found existing native bindings for other languages as well. So they were the great references to learn how I handle QuickJS externally. For incremental Cing, so I could write what I needed by just Ruby. So for the first, I wrote the C to core Ruby's implementation, like this code. So this code is getting a class object and calling class method on it. Then I wrote tests by Ruby to ensure it works. And once I completed testing, started to migrate Ruby's implementations to C. And by repeating this, most of implementations are built by C eventually. So I enjoyed building native extensions thanks to the Ruby's friendliness. Now let me show what I built until today for QuickJS RV. While the core QuickJS does JavaScript processing, so I could focus on the productizing and the interfacing. These three pillars were my main focus: sandboxing and the polyfills, and the interfacing for Ruby. For sandboxing, so QuickJS has a powerful feature which may touch OS resources directly. So the kind of malicious code can do something unpleasant. So I restricted all those features as default and gave options to enable it instead. And some essential features for JavaScript we needed. So then I provided a replacement, which is implemented by CRuby. So for prefills, the biggest missing piece of QuickJS is internationalization API. This was very important for our custom codes use case. So for example, if you call the toLocale string of date plot type, so QuickJS just ignores about those formatting. So I worked on providing the prefills from existing open source projects. But even if it's bundled and minified, the prefill implementation is not so small. So evaluating such the huge bundle prefill.js is a bit cumbersome even for the QuickJS. So I needed some creativity on it and I figured it out. So QuickJS is amazingly supporting compilation of JS code into binary or C, so the bytecode is generated. So I built a workflow to bundle JS, then compile it into C, and involving it into the QuickJS's main build. That was insane. And the main enjoyment was considering about how we want to learn JavaScript from Ruby. I'd like to introduce these 3 features, which are my favorites. So the first one is importing feature. You can import ES module by calling the import method on a runtime instance. I try to design to show how I write importings in JavaScript syntax. So for the first line, you can pass a hash to map imported members to local areas. Yeah, it looks like JS. And the second one is taking an array for the first argument to list imported members with keeping the original names. And the third one is taking a string, which is deemed as a default import. And the last one, you can give arbitrary string which expects JavaScript syntax directly. These are totally powered by Ruby's powerful pattern matching, which is relatively new feature. And this feature's implementation is not fully migrated to C-lang yet. Because of its intuitiveness, I decided to keep as Ruby. So you can call another feature. So you can call the console log within JavaScript. As same as you do in Node.js or browsers. And recorded logs will be persisted on the consistent runtime as instance variable. Let me show that. Now you're seeing. Okay. So against to instance that you can call eval code, and let's try console log here. Hello. And if you hit the logs method, it's something recorded. So and the logs last is log. And you can take the raw data instead of the actual representation. And also you can see the server. It's not. So it's info. And you can see, you can use another severity as well, like the one, console one. If you do this, you can see the warning. And this is my most favorite feature, the define function feature. For a runtime instance, we can define a JavaScript function, which is implemented by Ruby. This is so powerful. For example, we built our specific HTTP client with our backend implementation. So which requires some common configurations like proxy or routing, or user agent or something. And so we use this define function feature to provide a custom fetch function for the custom code environment. Also, the exceptions can be handled transparently. So let me demo again. So let's try define something. Define function, so RubyKaigi maybe. And this can take the argument, like maybe here is, and okay, this part is total Ruby, and RubyKaigi, and yeah, would be integer, so try to do this, and in JS end, if a code, so you can call RubyKaigi in 2025. Yeah, it's running the Ruby's method from JS. And also let's see the exception. So if you have some custom error based on the standard error, and so let's define something to, this is interesting that, we can provide a raise function in JS. So maybe message, and then raise my error, new the message, and let's call it. So raise sadness happened. Oh. しかもログ消えちゃった。VM code raise sadness. Sorry. 怖い。Then you can see the exception is happen. And also, it's interesting, but you can catch this within the catch. Maybe you can take E and the console error, and let's take the. So exception doesn't happen in Ruby's end, but if you see the VM logs last, it's corrected. So this means that this exception was caught by JS end. So after some incremental implementations, the end of last year, and now replaced existing our custom code system, which was powered by function as a service. For now, the QuickJS RB is processing over 4 million per day of invocations. So it have cut the cost of function as a service and seeing obvious improvements by cutting HTTP requests. And the real world usage is now giving more problems that I have to fix day by day. So it's nice. The real world usage helps me a lot to implement more. And this was an unexpected outcome. While I was building and testing QuickJS RB, my coworker adopted my gem for a different purpose before I release. In Persona's platform, there's DSL to represent a query for data, like Datadog. To compile the DSL that she built a parser by JavaScript and use QuickJS RB to run in backend. But it's JS, so it can be used in front end as well. So that means, her purpose for the both backend and the front end was achieved by writing just a single source code by JS. And this was totally unexpected for me originally, but I think I found more possibilities of this gem. All right, so let me wrap up this presentation. So QuickJS RB repo is on GitHub. And yeah, for me, the building native extensions was so fun. So I highly recommend. And I appreciate for this opportunity to speak up here in RubyKaigi. And lastly, Persona is hiring nice Rubyists like you. And let me know if you are interested in. I have some swag like stickers and the keycaps for the token of my referral. That's it. Thank you.